How's it going, guys and gals? Elderbo coming back at you. I wanted to go ahead and cover my thoughts on the latest Scourge League and the Scourge mechanic, and what I think about it overall. Currently, I'm kind of locked into equipment because of the Scourge mechanic, because I ended up using equipment that had plus attributes, and I kind of got myself stuck in this position. But what I can say is, early on, it is quite good. It does give you bonuses that can make a huge difference. Regeneration. Um, it gives you a ton of regeneration on your rings and stuff. It gives resistances fairly often, gives plus to damage. Occasionally, you will end up with plus to a certain type of damage, and then cannot deal that type of damage. But I mean, it's a risk. It's something that you kind of have to deal with. And as you get into higher levels and you hit higher item levels, you'll be able to corrupt it more than once, up to 3 times. Each time you corrupt it, it can completely change what the modifiers given are, or it can increase them to a certain level, etc. And it's pretty cool. Now, the one thing I can say is it's very, very intuitive to play. I enjoy it a lot. It's a lot more fast paced than Expedition was, though I did enjoy Expedition as well. You know, run a run a quick map just so we can kind of look at the mechanic. What you can see, like for instance, on this piece of equipment, it's 190 plus 190 dex requirement. That is extremely high, and I wouldn't see anybody running something like that. However, you really don't know. I mean, you could have a downside like that and have a piece of equipment that is completely OP. That said, I usually don't see pieces of equipment fall that are worth using right out the gate. So maybe if you corrupted them a second time, they might actually be a bit more worthwhile. But as you can see, the going on back to my bleed SST, that's what I'm running this league, just like last. I had to rework the passive tree to make adjustments for all the changes to the passive tree, and I'm using a lot of endurance charges, and it helps with damage, it helps with defenses, etc. One thing I can say is this build is still fairly strong. It's still good at clearing. I do highly recommend having health on your equipment though, because as you can see, my health is pretty low. It's only 3,300 right now, and I'm level 84. It should be much higher than that at this point. Um, but that's also because, like I said, I haven't had much luck as far as getting getting proper equipment to drop for me. Now, with that said, you do take the time to craft your equipment. I mean, honestly, with this build, the main thing you need to worry about is health, resistances, and then if you can get a stat stick weapon, something with increased bleed damage, etc. Awesome. Beyond that, though, you really, your primary focus should be on your health and your resistance. If you can focus on those two things, you should be doing great. Again, like it's great at clearing. It's really good at this mechanic because you get stacks of Scourge as you kill, and each of those stacks can increase the quant and quality of items that you can find. I think I've hit like 170 stacks personally. That's been my highest. I might have gotten close to 200, honestly. But that was during a map with not Jun. I think it's Alva. Yeah, Alva. Um, but this mechanic works really well with a lot of the other mechanics with Reach and with Legion. Um, and it works really well with Delirium. Running this and Delirium, or starting Delirium and then running this, and in the middle, you can build up a lot of Delirium stacks, and so you can get really big rewards at the end. You just got to be careful because it is extremely dangerous because each percentage, each stack that you add adds a 1% to the damage that the monsters can do. So it does get very dangerous very quickly. But overall, I'd say I really enjoy this league, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play it just like I did last league, and probably play it all the way through and try different builds. If y'all could, please go and hit that like, favorite, sub, all that good stuff, share, and and leave me some feedback, leave a comment. Let me know if you'd like to see a specific type of build. If there's a build, not a build that you or a skill that you've seen that you want to see a build made around, let me know. I'm more than willing to sit down and try and get something put together that is viable for start and viable for end game. But with that said, this is Elder Vo saying over and out. I appreciate you all, exiles. Again, please hit that like and sub. Till next time.